Planet Earth. The only place in the universe where life thrives, and where its most intelligent species is actively trying to delete itself for convenience. From melting poles to plastic oceans, humans didn't just inherit paradise. We rebranded it as a dumpster. Welcome to the era where natural disasters are man-made, forests are turned into burger factories, and politicians call it progress. It's beautiful, tragic, and absurd enough to binge-watch. This is everything wrong with planet Earth. Sorry to interrupt, but Earth is 4.5 billion years old and somehow still waiting for you to hit the subscribe button. Thanks. The air is trying to kill you? 8 million people die yearly from breathing. That's right. Air, the thing we need most, is now a top global killer. Cities from Delhi to Beijing to Los Angeles swim in toxic smog dense enough to chew. Fine particles infiltrate your blood, causing cancer, heart disease, and wrinkles that arrive before your 30s. Coal plants, cars, and factory smoke are the culprits, but governments prefer clean air summits inside filtered rooms while citizens gasp outside. Air pollution ignores borders. It's the most democratic murder on Earth. Every deep breath is basically a vape from civilization's exhaust pipe. The apocalypse isn't coming. It's already airborne. Extinction on fast forward. Humanity pressed the self-destruct button and called it development. 1 million species are disappearing, not from alien invasions or plagues, but because we bulldozed their homes for burgers and cheap suburbs with names like Deerfield Estates, where no deer have lived since disco. Entire forests die so humans can build luxury cabins celebrating nature's memory. When Europe's 2024 insect crash hit, scientists acted shocked, as if wiping out pollinators wouldn't wreck crops. Insects were the planet's unpaid interns, and we fired them without notice. Now ecosystems are collapsing faster than a crypto coin. Scientists even gave this mess a name: the Anthropocene, the age where humans treat Earth like a rental car with no deposit. We recycle one bottle and call ourselves heroes, while the biosphere quietly files for bankruptcy. Chernobyl's glowing legacy. In 1986, Chernobyl became the world's most radioactive monument to human error. A safety test exploded a nuclear reactor so violently it redecorated half of Europe in cesium. Radiation rained down 400 times stronger than Hiroshima, and entire towns vanished under invisible poison. Yet, the real absurdity was the bureaucracy. Scientists silenced, data buried, and locals told everything was fine while their Geiger counters screamed. Decades later, the exclusion zone thrives with wolves, elk, and wild horses, proving even radioactive wilderness is safer than living near people. Chernobyl didn't just melt a reactor, it melted humanity's illusion of control. The lesson: don't run experiments titled Safety Test at 1 a.m. Fashion's landfill runway. Fast fashion isn't clothing, it's planetary confetti. 92 million tons of fabric waste hit landfills yearly, as if Earth were a walk-in closet. Rivers in Bangladesh now come in designer shades of dye runoff. After the 2013 Rana Plaza collapse killed over 1,000 workers, the industry promised ethics, then printed eco-friendly tags on the same sweatshop shirts. Microfibers from cheap polyester now outnumber fish eggs in rivers, turning whales into swimming laundry bags. Donating clothes doesn't help. 85% end up dumped overseas, forming mountains of rotting jeans visible from orbit. Fast fashion doubled production between 2000 and 2020 because trends last shorter than TikTok dances. We're not wearing outfits anymore, we're wearing guilt stitched with plastic. Coral crisis. Beneath the waves, the ocean's rainforests are bleaching to death. In 2024, record heat triggered mass coral die-offs across the globe. When corals overheat, they eject the algae that feed them, turning ghost white and collapsing. These reefs support a quarter of all marine life, protect coasts, and feed 1 billion humans. Yet we treat them like disposable decor. From Australia to the Caribbean, divers now swim over skeleton cities while influencers still post selfies captioned, "So pretty." It's not pretty, it's hospice care. The ocean isn't angry, it's exhausted. When coral dies, Fish vanish, storms strengthen, and seafood becomes a memory. Humanity didn't just break the reef, it canceled its own life insurance. Oceans on plastic diet. Our oceans are now soup a la trash. 14 million tons of plastic enter them every year, enough to stack bottles from here to the moon and back with a six-pack. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is larger than France and still growing. A floating country of forgotten flip-flops and regret. Sea turtles mistake bags for jellyfish and die slowly while companies release heartwarming commercials about recycling one straw. Microplastics are in our lungs, blood, and even placentas. Congratulations, we're now part PVC. Governments debate cleanup initiatives while approving new plastic plants. It's a closed loop of hypocrisy that ends with seafood flavored like shampoo. The future ocean won't be blue, it'll be transparent and crunchy. Chainsaws versus civilization. The Amazon, Earth's lungs, is wheezing. 10,000 square kilometers disappear yearly, an area the size of Lebanon, turned into soy fields and cattle pasture. Politicians call it economic growth, which is Latin for "we sold the forest." Indigenous defenders are criminalized while illegal loggers get subsidies. Scientists warn that the rainforest is near a tipping point where it transforms into savanna, releasing billions of tons of CO2. That's not a metaphor, it's a countdown. Humanity is dismantling the planet's air conditioner and wondering why it's getting hot. The Amazon isn't being harvested, it's being murdered for hamburgers and biofuel. Every tree cut is a lung collapsing and Earth's running out of breath. Gulf of oil and regret. In 2010, BP's Deepwater Horizon turned the Gulf of Mexico into a black mirror. Nearly 5 million barrels of oil bled into the sea for 87 days, while executives issued apology ads with dolphins jumping through CGI sunshine. The spill poisoned 1,300 miles of coastline, wiped out fisheries, and suffocated coral. Cleanup chemicals were equally toxic, proving humans will double down on stupidity if given funding. Entire coastal economies collapsed, yet BP called the event regrettable. Translation: we'll try not to get caught next time. The Gulf still carries scars visible from space. It wasn't an accident. It was the price tag of greed measured in dead pelicans and canceled livelihoods. Planet at full capacity. In 2022, humanity hit 8 billion people and immediately asked why groceries cost more. We're consuming 175% of the planet's yearly resources, living on overdraft from the future. Groundwater aquifers are being drained like soda cans, farmland paved for luxury condos, and forests cleared for cattle that feed those condos. Governments still incentivize more births, as if adding players helps a collapsing game. Some aquifers will take thousands of years to refill, meaning renewable only if you're immortal. Overpopulation isn't a morality debate, it's math. More people, fewer resources, same denial. We can't keep multiplying while pretending sustainability is a vibe. The Earth is full, the fridge is empty, and we're arguing over who left the lights on. Paying to destroy ourselves. In 2022, governments spent $7 trillion subsidizing fossil fuels. The same industry is lighting the planet on fire. That's 10 times the global renewable energy budget. Leaders sign climate pledges by day and wire checks to oil giants by night like eco-mob bosses. These subsidies keep gas cheap, profits high, and the planet dying. Economists call it market distortion. Everyone else calls it insanity. Imagine paying someone to punch you in the face, then suing the doctor for fixing it. Politicians pose with solar panels they voted against funding, while taxpayers unknowingly bankroll their own extinction. It's not policy, it's environmental fraud written in fine print. Leaders versus reality. Nothing captures human comedy like politicians denying physics. Sea levels rise, forests burn, and glaciers vanish, yet officials mutter about natural cycles. The US rolled back over 100 environmental protections in 1 decade, proving ignorance can be bipartisan. World leaders love climate summits, mostly for the photo ops and carbon-heavy jet rides. They treat scientists as alarmists until floods hit their vacation homes. 97% of experts agree humans cause climate change. The remaining 3% are probably running for office. Leadership isn't about denial, it's about survival. Unfortunately, denial polls better. War crimes against nature. The 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine didn't just kill people, it poisoned ecosystems. Burning oil depots, bombed factories, and cratered wetlands released toxic chemicals across Eastern Europe. Over 100 million tons of CO2 were emitted before peace talks even began. Forests became minefields. Rivers turned acidic. The war transformed fertile farmland into radioactive sludge fields, making Chernobyl look organized. International law technically lists environmental destruction as a war crime, but enforcement is non-existent. Nature has no seat at the UN, no lawyers in The Hague, and no ceasefire. Every bomb dropped on soil detonates again in groundwater decades later. Wars end. Their pollution doesn't. Rise of the Superbugs. Our miracle drugs are losing the miracle. Thanks to decades of antibiotic abuse in hospitals and factory farms, bacteria have evolved into microscopic terminators. Infections that once required pills now require prayers. By 2050, resistant bugs could kill 10 million people annually, more than cancer. We did this to ourselves by feeding antibiotics to livestock just to make them fatter, while handing them out to humans like candy. Pharmaceutical companies don't care, because curing people isn't profitable. Lifelong illness is. Welcome to the post-antibiotic era, where a paper cut could end you. Humanity wanted immortality and instead invented bacteria that write their own sequel. Toxic immortality. PFAS, the forever chemicals, are humanity's least biodegradable invention. They're in water, food, clothes, and your bloodstream. Literally 99% of people test positive. Created for nonstick pans and waterproof jackets, these compounds never break down, ever. They cause cancer, infertility, and immune disorders, yet corporations hid the data for decades. Cleaning them up would cost hundreds of billions, assuming you could, which you can't. PFAS are the ghosts of modern chemistry, eternal, invisible, and profitable. Humanity didn't invent immortality. It invented eternal contamination. Future archaeologists will find our remains perfectly preserved under a Teflon layer and call it progress. Hellfire in Hollywood. California's wildfires now have blockbuster budgets. Every summer, Los Angeles turns into Mordor with palm trees. Heat waves, drought, and poor forest management fuse into infernos visible from space. In 2024, fires spawned their own lightning storms and cost billions in damage. Politicians responded with press conferences framed by smoke. Insurance companies fled the state faster than celebrities after bad press. Scientists warned this decades ago. Leaders funded golf courses instead. These aren't natural disasters. They're invoices from the climate we ignored. California doesn't need more firefighters. It needs fewer arsonists in suits. Thirsty for conflict. Move over oil. The new war fuel is water. The Nile, Indus, and Colorado rivers are all drying, turning nations into dehydrated powder kegs. Ethiopia's damming project nearly sparked war with Egypt because apparently sharing isn't a diplomatic skill. Climate change has made rainfall erratic and glaciers unreliable, so upstream countries hoard water like doomsday preppers. By 2040, experts predict half of humanity will face severe scarcity. Forget gold or oil. Wars of the future will be fought with garden hoses. You can negotiate peace over borders, but not over thirst. Depression by design. While billionaires launched themselves into space, everyone else fell into debt and despair. Global inequality turned mental health into a luxury item. Pandemic fallout pushed hundreds of millions into poverty, while the richest doubled their wealth. Studies show a 25% spike in depression worldwide after 2020, especially among youth who realized hard work doesn't beat algorithmic exploitation. The economy isn't broken, it's functioning as designed, extracting labor, time, and sanity for corporate profit. Burnout is now rebranded as hustle culture. When hope costs money, hopelessness becomes policy. Humanity's mental health crisis isn't an accident, it's the bill for inequality. Earth to aliens. Humans keep broadcasting greetings into space, begging for friendship while turning their planet into a landfill. The Voyager probe carries our music, anatomy, and blood samples like a cosmic dating profile titled, "Please swipe right." If aliens ever answer, they'll probably wear hazmat suits. Our UFO footage remains conveniently blurry, proving even extraterrestrials don't want to appear in high definition with us. Governments say we can't confirm or deny, which translates to, yes, but we're embarrassed. If intelligent life is watching, Earth looks like the universe's reality show. One species burning its house down for views. Maybe that's why the cosmos is silent. No one wants to talk to the neighbors melting their own roof. And there you have it. So, what do you think of planet Earth? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.